Here we are at Ignite 2025 in San Francisco, and we're with our friends from Liquidware, Nerdio. And this is Ben Murphy, Director of Alliances, Senior Director of Alliances over at Nerdio.
Yeah, thank you for that. I like the specificity with it. But yeah, thanks for talking to me.
Ben, I know Nerdio's been around, but would you like to recap and let people know what you do?
Absolutely. So fundamentally, Nerdio is a tool set that makes it easier for you to manage your Microsoft services like Azure Virtual Desktop, Windows 365, and Intune, and really makes it a lot more cost-effective for you, both by saving you costs for things like compute for AVD, but also by saving you IT admin headache and overhead in terms of managing the environment.
And our entire digital workspace suite is compatible with you guys, but probably the touch point that a lot of customers are looking at now that we've seen, I'm not talking about Nerdio or Liquidware, but we've seen customers that have been kicking the tires of 365 and AVD both. The enterprise moving into it now with advanced use cases. The more apps you have, the more you have the use case for solutions like Nerdio and for Liquidware. On our side is to help with those great number of apps, and that's the one thing that I'll probably bring to the attention. Our entire suite works across decks and everything, but bringing that app in to not have to manage the base image management. Some of the other platforms out there have something out there, but AVD and 365 do not. We're the perfect complement to Nerdio in that way in enterprises.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think functionally one of the things that people have struggled with historically when they think about moving from legacy VDI to the cloud is how do I handle my application estate? And for customers of a certain size, they may not have that many custom applications. They may not have very complicated legacy apps that might have compatibility issues. But for most enterprises, and really for a lot of companies in different verticals, that really is applicable. And it can be a showstopper when it comes to moving to AVD or Windows 365. So having that application use case handled and having it handled in an easy, seamless, and compatible way, very, very important for making sure that people can get off of legacy VDI and into Windows in the cloud.
Thanks for that. And one other area I want to touch on is our Stratusphere deck solution, the Stratusphere UX. It can help do Azure instance sizes. So from day one, you can start to assign the right group. But you guys do something that complements that once you're in production, right? Would you like to tell the folks about that?
Absolutely. So the overall cost optimization for things like session hosts are really made up of a couple of different parameters. So Jason already mentioned one, which is pick the right size. The other is scaling workload and turning devices off when they're not in use. So there's not a lot of point in burning money if nobody's actually using a session host. So Nerdio has much more advanced auto-scaling capability than what you'd get natively out of AVD, and it allows you to very easily ramp up and ramp down workload automatically, so you're saving costs. Another point that I'll observe here, though, is I think really important in the DEX angle as well. Observing not only that a device might be undersized or oversized, but being able to pinpoint what is the reason for that. Because in some cases, it may be an application is acting exactly like it's supposed to, and it's occupying a lot of resources. In some cases, it may not, and it may not be something that either is working by design or there could be an issue with the application. So having something in place that pinpoints, one, what the impact is to the end user of that, and then two, being able to identify and resolve that problem can help save you money, not just by increasing the size and then trying to scale it, but by actually resolving issues with the application base.
So that's great. And there you have it. The great complement, the two, Nerdio plus Liquidware, gives enterprises the ability to move those workloads from other platforms directly into AVD and 365. We'll be at NerdioCon. That's a few months away. We're also planning a webinar just after the first of the year. So look for details of that. If we have them by the time we publish this, look down in the comments and we'll put that or we'll update it later. Awesome. Thanks, Ben, for your alliance. We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.